Jake Paul continues to insist that a fight with Saul Canelo Alvarez is inevitable and that the main reason the Mexican champion will accept the challenge is the money. In a recent interview on his YouTube channel, the YouTuber-turned-boxer expressed his belief that Canelo is not considering the athletic risk of facing him but is solely focused on the big payday the fight could bring. Paul stated, "What Canelo wants is a payday. Canelo isn't thinking about whether I may risk or not. He's just thinking about the money." For Jake Paul, this is why the Mexican champion agreed to the fight and why he has been pursuing this matchup for the past 3 years. According to him, Canelo's primary motivation is financial, not necessarily sporting. Paul also expressed his willingness to take on the challenge of fighting Canelo, acknowledging that it would be a very difficult fight where he could end up defeated. However, for him, it's an opportunity to prove himself and see how the fight unfolds. "Yes, it's going to be an incredible fight. Yes, it's going to be a very tough fight for me. Yes, I could end up flat on my back, but let's find out what happens," he commented. Jake Paul is determined to face Canelo, even knowing he might lose, because he sees it as part of his growth as a boxer and a way to silence his critics. One of Jake Paul's main motivations for seeking a fight with Canelo is to quiet those who constantly criticize him for not facing high-level professional opponents. In his words, Paul claims that the most common criticism he receives is that he should fight someone at his level, someone with more experience. "The biggest criticism I get is to fight a professional, to fight someone my age, all of that," Paul noted. However, upon announcing his desire to fight Canelo, he believes the public reaction has been negative, with many of his detractors saying he's only issuing the challenge because they want to see him lose. Jake Paul, however, sees Canelo as the perfect opportunity to end all those criticisms. "People just want to see me lose, so what's the best opportunity for them to see me lose? It's going against Canelo," Paul said, adding that this fight is the chance to silence all who have questioned him. Paul also expressed that a fight against Canelo would eliminate any excuses his critics might have. "People will never be satisfied with my career until I get knocked out and left lying on the canvas. That's how they'll be happy. So, what better way for that to happen than to go against the biggest challenge in this sport?" Paul said, referring to Canelo as one of the greatest boxers of all time and a legend in the sport. For Jake Paul, facing Canelo is the ultimate opportunity to prove his worth and make it clear that any future criticism would be unfounded. In addition to his comments about money and criticism, Paul mentioned that he has an idea for a fight that could generate an enormous amount of money for Canelo. According to him, if Canelo accepts to fight him, he could earn up to $85 million, a financial offer Paul believes is so attractive that it could finally convince the Mexican champion to accept the challenge. For Jake Paul, this is the perfect opportunity to make history in boxing, both for the prestige of fighting Canelo and for the chance to silence his harshest critics once and for all.